What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got a pretty cool overview of a pretty cool knife, man. This one was sent to me by Fred the Lug. Go check him out. He is on the Discord. He's got a YouTube channel. Be linked down below. He's got a bunch of knives for sale in the Discord, buy, sell, trade. Some pretty good ones. And some pretty good deals. So definitely a great dude, great member of the community, and he's always around in the lives, man. Go check him out, Fred the Lug. Pretty awesome dude. This one I'm not 100%. I don't want to say for sure, not 100% for sure if this one's for sale or not. I know he's eager to get this one back, and I don't blame him at all. Not one bit for that. This one, let's see right there. See that right there? Pretty cool. This is the Gecko Customz Pictus. Gecko Customz Pictus. This is not USA made. I think it's OEM'd. I'm almost positive it's OEM, but I'm not sure who the OEM is on this one. If you know, let me know down in the comments. That'd be pretty cool to know. But we'll go over all the ins and outs of this one. Pretty cool knife. Really dig the blade and the handle and a lot of stuff about it. So tip of the blade into the handle, you are looking at 7 3/4 of an inch, right at 7 3/4 overall. Full on blade length from the tip all the way to where it meets up, where that choil with the handle is right there. About 3 5/8. You go all the way back, and cutting edge length. Let me not sound like a hick. Is 3 right under 3 1/4, over 3 1/8, under 3 1/4, right there. So again, judging by the measurements, I was not usually my style at all, I wouldn't say, and a little bit under what my preferred carry is, but I really dig this one. So 7 3/4, hair under 7 3/4, call it maybe 7 5/8 overall. Is not a full size knife, but definitely a medium sized knife on this channel anyway, and what I would call pretty close to that. So thickest part of the spine, you are looking at 125 thousandths on the thickest part of the spine. It's got a nice hollow grind. It goes down super thin, pretty thin anyway, 14 thousandths. And handle thickness, you are looking at, these are the milled handles right there. So you're looking at under 1/2 inch, 464 thousandths is what I got right there for the handle thickness. Put the calipers up. Go ahead and do some size comparisons here. That is your Spyderco knives Paramilitary 2. So not too far under the Paramilitary 2 with overalls. Para 3, a little bit longer than the Para 3, so kind of in between, I guess. Decent amount more cutting edge than the Para 3, maybe even more cutting edge than the Para 2. I haven't checked that out yet, so let's see right here. Paramilitary 2 barely has it beat, but not by much. So that's a good usage of the blade to handle ratio, as they say. Let's see, 2 more size comparisons here. A couple more Vosteeds. That is your Vosteed RS Chaos. Or wait, no, not Vosteeds, man. What am I even doing? I'm going to have to cut that part out. Or will I leave it in? I'm gonna leave it in. Screw it. All right, a couple more size comparisons. I had those out earlier for a Vosteed. Now I'm kind of scrounging around trying to find something to compare them to. That's the Rat Model 2 and Rat Model 1. Man, I am messing all up today. Good reviewer would probably edit all this stuff out. So luckily you guys get to watch me do it and enjoy it. So that's the Rat Model 2. That's the Rat Model 1 right there. Man, had that budget drawer open. I just happened to grab the rats right there. Let's see, a couple of other, a little more premium knives, I guess. This is the Sparrow Knife Co. Strix, and this is the Grinsmo Knives Norseman up next to the Pictus. So definitely smaller than, or not as long as those two. All right, put those up, and let's keep the good energy, the awesome vibes, as they say, as the kids say nowadays, going, right? That is your DeWalt framing hammer. That's your 8-inch USA made crescent wrench. I mean, what are you even doing if you don't have those in your review? I'm saying that, but I forgot them in the last one, if you guys didn't notice. And a roll of Scotch tape up next to it. All right. Don't have any other Gecko custom knives to compare it to, so can't do a size comparisons with the brand. I'm gonna hit the on button on this scale here, put it out here, the old Walmart scale. Let's see what she says right there. 3.2 ounces, 3.2 ounces, so under the ounce and inch ratio, which is pretty cool. And that is, let me put the scale up here before I show that. that is thanks to some internal work that they did right there. Decent amount of milling. Look at the walls of that scale on the inside right there. Did a decent little amount of milling there. All right, pretty cool. You got that that lock that's kind of like an inset liner lock, I guess, maybe. The liner is inside of the frame right there. It's not a frame lock. It's a liner lock, but the liner screwed on the inside right there. So I guess you'd maybe call that an inset liner lock. Well, I got the flashlight out. Look at these details, man. Pretty cool. Nice little cutout right there for the lock bar. Also, that milling right there, jimping, milling, whatever you want to call that, on that lock bar. Plenty of room to disengage the lock. And that is, that's really neat, I think, and a nice little touch, especially for the price. We'll get to the price here in just a minute, but the price on this one is what I would call pretty damn good, I would say. There's your old faded blue jeans right there. Milled titanium pocket clip. You can only mount it right-handed tip up. So no lefty love on that one. That's how it looks in the pocket. No issues there. Pocket clip works just fine. Grabs onto the old faded blue jeans for sure. It feels really nice in pocket. Nice kind of contoured edges, I guess you could say, right there. Right, nothing sharp on here at all. Doesn't grab or snag anything in the pocket. I've had no issues with it in the pocket. This front part right here, this kind of squared off front flipper, if you shove it straight down in your pocket, which you tend not to do, kind of the way that swoops right there, you kind of tend to put it at an angle, right? So that might kind of dig in with that milling there. Might kind of dig into the seam of your pants pockets, you know, depending on what kind of pants you're wearing. If you're wearing pants, I don't, but let's see here. T8's what we got right here. Single-sided captive pivot. Nice little monochromatic theme with the pivot collar. I like that. This is a T8 that works on there. Not sure about the internal hardware, the external, but you got a T8 on the pivot. You got T8 on your body screws right there, which is holding that really nice backspacer in, which is another nice touch on this one. So yeah, home run as far as the hardware goes, fairly simple and easy the way it looks to me to take apart. I've not taken it apart, and I won't do that because it's not mine. It belongs to Fred the Lug. All right, so actuation, pretty awesome on it. I can sit here and index this thing all day long, which here lately I've kind of really gotten into knives that I can kind of index with a front flipper, so that's pretty cool. But along with that, the reverse flick works really nice as well. Kind of a nice little cutout, dip down and out, like what they did with that elongated fuller hole there. I think that's pretty cool. Nice little notch towards the end of this, what do you call that, a Warncliffe maybe? I guess kind of like a Warncliffe blade shape. So if you put your finger right there on that kind of little flat, you can choke up. And if you put if you pinch it like that, pinch grip, is that what Tri-State calls this? If you pinch it around where that pivot's at, you can reach your finger up and it'll touch that notch right there, kind of carving down like that. That makes for some pretty good action as far as that goes. Speaking of action, whenever it clears the detent, which is right there, you know, and that's no issue at all. I really like that. Kind of a very, very light shake shut. Doesn't quite fall shut, right? See that? So it doesn't fall shut, but a nice little shake, not even a hard shake, just barely a shake, and that thing is shut. Whenever it's closed all the way like this, no issues with it coming out. Detent's good enough for what it is. S90V right there on the blade steel. I showed at the beginning of the video, and the milling on this one is just awesome. They don't have the milled versions of these available right now. That's a nice little close-up of the milling on it. Don't have the mill versions of these available right now, but they do have two different versions, the dark wash and the stone wash, I think it is, for the blade finish, are available as of the time of me making this video on the Gecko Customz website. That'll be linked down below. It's not an affiliate. I'm not promoting this or anything like that. I just really like it. I think it's pretty cool. You can do kind of the reach over like that if you're good at it, which I'm not. You can reverse flick it again with ease. Just the reverse flick on this is pretty satisfying, and probably right up there with the reverse flick for me, means deployment wise, is that index, that really easy to index action that you got going on there. Nice kind of swoop back here. If you put your finger back here, choke way back on it, you know, pretty comfortable there. Kind of a nice, offers a bunch of nice little kind of odds and ends that you just have to feel it and kind of use it to experience. Everything from that little notch at the tip to that kind of swoop down right there on the butt end of it. Nice contouring all the way around. Just, in my opinion, awesome knife. I'm going to put it on my most recommended knives playlist. Titanium S90V, great design, great action. Very unique blade shape, pretty sterile as well. You seen the S90V, you saw the S90V on there earlier. That's the Gecko Customz maker's mark right there. Other than that, nothing else on the blade at all, which is awesome. So all around, I'd say that's a really cool, really good knife. Price on it $230. $239.99 is what I got right now on the Gecko Customz website. I think it's worth every bit of that. A very good knife in my opinion. So hit the like button if you like this kind of rambling content, these terrible reviews where I get the size comparisons and stuff like that wrong. Subscribe to the channel if you want more of it. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I will see y'all later. Remember, whether it's morning, evening, noon, or night, you guys stay sharp.